This is a gorgeous road. We're going to start this one off a touch differently. What this one's about, don't get discouraged. Stuff gets in the way. We can all have the best intention in the world of getting back in shape and staying on the bike, and life happens. And it's real easy to get caught up in that vortex, that weird flywheel thing of not getting back on the bike, particularly the longer that off the bike stretch goes. And trust me, holy shit, I'm guilty of that recently. So who do I think this one's for? Well, I mean, if you're hyper focused and able to push through adversity and stick to a plan, this one's probably not for you. Those of us who have fantastic intentions and try to put together a great plan, and we all realize part of that plan is stuff's going to get in the way, and then we let it get in the way more than it should. That's who this one's for. I do know this, as much as I've been beating myself up the past couple weeks, not getting on the bike, finding another excuse to put it off for one more day or whatever. Don't let yourself get sucked into that. It makes it more frustrating and more worser. But hey, I'm on the bike today. And this is day one of my next 12-week block. A couple months behind schedule. Yeah, maybe not a full 2 months, but getting too damn close to it. And unfortunately, because of my time off the bike, see, there I go. I'm beating myself up again. It is what it is. I'm back on the bike. We're starting back up again. And it's not truly from scratch. I've still got some fitness left from that first 12-week block. And I made lots of progress with that. And I've backslid a little bit. But you know what? That chart never goes all the way up. It's like a stock chart. It goes up and down. We're still trending to the good, right? But I'm back on the e-bike right now, and I will be definitely for the next 2 weeks, mostly. We've got a wild card in the mix. We'll show you in another video. But yeah, while we're out of town, the primary tool will be the Salsa Confluence, and that's not a terrible primary tool to be working with. This is a great bike. We'll talk about it more in some of the other videos. But if you're one of those that needs to get back on the bike and you've been off for a long time, and your biggest concern, fear, trepidation, whatever, however you want to categorize it, is just getting back on the bike and not wanting to be so terribly slow for so terribly long, the e-bike is a pretty damn good way to get back on the bike. E-bike on a heart rate monitor. Holy hell, this is fun. If you're riding the e-bike, make sure to do that heart rate monitor just to keep yourself honest. And that's all I'm doing on this ride. I'm back to my 130 beats per minute zone 2, just cruise along and get that basic cardio going again. Holy shit, this is fun. And I'm on some Forest Service road in the middle of the Oconee National Forest, about to hit a little bit of blacktop for a while, but it's fun to mix it up. Ooh, there's some slime. Good job. Good job, Salsa. This bike does what it's supposed to do. The pavement will probably be a good chance for us to talk properly though. Clear left. I am going to up the boost. I can push the right button. There we go. Max boost, which on this bike is only a max 20 miles an hour, but I am so road traffic paranoid these days. Hey buddy, here. Hey, go home. And that's how I deal with dogs. I mean, I'm not saying it works for everyone, and I'm not saying that's what you should do, but that's like 99% of my dog encounters right there. Every long once in a while it goes a little bit more sideways than that, maybe. Almost never. But I'll be the first to admit I can get bit in the next mile. It could happen. I'm not a dog bite denier, but I am definitely more concerned about people in cars on their cell phones than I am a dog getting me. This next turn that we're about to do is a fantastic road, but we're going to do a little bit of out and back exploring off of it. New little road I found yesterday. We're going to do this road all the way to the end and hang a left. Alright, what we need to do now, back in the easy mode on the battery. We're off the pavement to get our heart rate back where we want it to be. So that's what I was talking about, being a little bit out of what my plan was. I got really used to, this is Jan's e-bike. This is her Salsa Confluence. It's a class 1 e-bike with a hub motor. Short story, I like it a lot. My e-bike is the Salsa Tributary. It's a class 3 e-bike with a mid-mount motor. All sorts of gobs of horsepower and torque and everything, and big, huge tires. So with that Tributary, I can dial up the assist even in huge hills. More confident on this bike than I was yesterday. One day of riding makes a big difference. Tributary, it's just got all gobs of horsepower and everything. So if I want to maintain my target heart rate of 130, even if I hit a huge hill, or I want to get in the middle of traffic, I want to go closer to 30 miles an hour than 20, the Tributary can handle that, and I'm not going to spike my heart rate. This one doesn't have nearly as much horsepower or torque, so if you get in a big hill, it's going to give you assist. It's going to help you get up it. And even if you're completely out of shape, you'll get up a big hill with it, but you're still going to have to push it some. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hells yeah. So the general plan for this week for me, I committed myself to 5 hours of riding, at least. If I end up with 7, there's nothing wrong with that. If I get more than 7, I'm probably pushing a little too hard for my first week back on the bike. And the idea is just to do 1 hour a day, every day I can this week. And there's a Thanksgiving in the midst of it, and there's a travel day in the midst of it. That isn't what equated to 5 hours. If I have to do a 90-minute day here or there, that's fine. But I don't want to do 5 90-minute days. My ideal is 5 to 7 1-hour days at my target heart. And that'll get a little bit of my aerobic motor back closer to it was. Realistically, probably 3 weeks for that. Next week I'll commit myself to 6 hours. Third week, 7 hours. But maintaining this base, my zone 2 base, using the e-bike assist to not overdo my knees, mostly. All right, we're gonna go left here. Right goes right back to the cabin. Left goes to my honeycomb hideout road. Now this next road, it's not gonna be as bad as the worst of that aggregate, but it's not gonna be smooth like this. But I think it'll be worth it. This is a Forest Service road. The private property sign is for the land, not the road. It's chunky, but it's not terrible. It's perfectly fine on 50. 38s would suck. I like riding bikes. A little chunkier back here, but not terrible. This is the end of the road. Yep. But, alright, we're going to go full assist. Looks like there's some kind of trail here. I don't want to get too deep into this because it is hunting season. But the road's not too far up here. See what we're working on. Nice. Alright, I'll check this out another time. I don't want to do this in hunting season. Let's check this out. Full blown somewhere down the road. Pretty sure it hooks up with the road maybe another couple hundred yards. I know there is a hiking trail through here. I don't know if this is it. And hiking is a loose term. It's a multi-use trail. I'm not seeing the traditional Forest Service markers for a trail there. And I think, at least according to the map, maybe that's where it was going through there. I don't know. But that looked pretty good and cleared out, but it also might have been an old road that's still kind of semi-used. Any other time of year, I would have been all in that. This is Thanksgiving week in hunting season. Really I don't have anything against hunting, I don't have anything against hunters. But this is traditionally the worst week for hunting accidents because you get so many of the once a year hunters that do it on Thanksgiving week, or the brand new hunters or whatever else. And this is Monday, probably the best day this week to not run into conflict. But I was out and about yesterday on Sunday, and I've definitely seen a lot more hunting activity today even than yesterday. I think it's just going to get thicker through the week. So we'll probably be sticking to the county roads the rest of the week, which is fine because they're gorgeous. And maybe that's the old trail there, coming out over here. Let's see what's up in this. Just for shits and giggles. There's some markers here. This is more the traditional type layout. This is almost like a trailhead, but it could also just be hunting trail. Oh, man, that looks fun. Damn it. Not on Thanksgiving weekend hunting season. And it's middle of the afternoon. Not prime hunt time, but somebody might be setting up, getting ready for the late afternoon, early evening. Yeah, we'll definitely check this out another time. That looks promising. Gonna have to visit the Forest Service office and get the real poop in the scoop. A lot of times the maps are out of date. Stuff like the trails get rerouted, particularly when there's lots of timber leases like what's out here. 52 minutes. We'll go a little long today, not terrible though. We'll probably be done within an hour 15. I think we'll probably be close to 105. We'll see how it works. But yeah, I mean, like I can feel it in my legs now. Not bad, but you overdo it, it might get in the way of your weekly plan. We're playing the long game here. And by long, I mean long. Kevin got some big goals. This is a beautiful way to spend an afternoon, isn't it? I love my job. So I think that's what's going on. I think that was probably that trail I was talking about coming out from the right, and it goes down this road to the end of the road now instead of crossing through that timber lease. I think that's what's going on, but that's a guess at this point. So along the lines of what I was talking about, using the e-bike to get back in shape, what I definitely learned during my first 12-week block, which I leaned on that tributary of that e-bike heavily the first 6 weeks of that. It did well to build my basic endurance and my cardio, even with the e-bike, maintaining the heart rate. But there's no doubt that leg strength lags, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. You need that basic endurance first, and then start working on power and leg strength, which ultimately becomes speed. Probably this bike, probably with the lesser assistance, it'll probably build a little more power and leg strength on the front end. Can't say that for certain though. I don't think there's much chance of me getting my buddy Dylan to do a side-by-side scientific e-bike comparison for training purposes. I'll give it a shot. That would just melt his brain, wouldn't it? With or without aero socks, right? Yep, it's hunting season. Main thing, gonna be keep Dixie on a leash whenever we're outside going forward. She's one of those, she freaks out at fireworks and gunshots. Even a rifle shot far away, it gets her tense. I've been wondering about this one. Never seen anyone in there. Kind of figured that's what that was, just basically a hunter shanty town. It's just too crappy to... If I was on the tributary, I would have no problem bombing this. That's a little better now. Okay, that's not bad. This is much better than it was yesterday. Holy hell. I'll take it. Now we got one more steeper downhill just ahead. We'll probably grab brakes for it. Yeah, we don't need to get up to 40 miles an hour in this shit. There we go. Found the smooth. That's better. Yeehaw! Bikes are fun.